Hi everyone, it's Nat. Welcome or welcome back if you're returning. I have been heavy on the Tarot Tube content lately, and I hope you guys don't mind. It's just a really engaging community, and I really like that. So, also, I'm a certified deck goblin, and I should show off all these decks that I've bought. So today I wanted to do the What Made Me Do It tag by Dragonfly Dilly. And she started this hashtag a couple weeks ago. I've been sitting on it, waiting for some decks to come in. And I'm finally getting off my butt and getting it done. So let's get started. All right, so welcome. I'm Nat, and we are doing the What Made Me Do It tag by Dragonfly Dilly today. And the first prompt is Tarot Tube made me do it. And I have two decks for this, but I'm going to start off with the Trash Panda Tarot. This I saw on whose channel did I see this on? I saw this on Danny Mystic's channel, and I don't know why. I just blinked. But Danny was showing her animal decks, and I had no idea this existed. She showed this deck and had a link for it in her bio, and I immediately bought it. I love it so much. It is so fun. I love the pentacles as dice, the cups as grape soda. Here's the Emperor. This is not well shuffled at all. The wands as marshmallow sticks. The grape soda cracks me up. And the swords as forks. Sporks, not forks. So this is so cute. I love the backs. I'm going to try and link these all. Because I don't believe I'm showing anything out of print today. So, Tarot Tube made me do that. I also have another one, and it was mentioned in the last video. I've actually mentioned it in the last 3 videos, but it is so good. This one I saw on Marine's channel, Waves of Our Soul, and it is the Hilda Tarot with art by Dwayne Byers, and it's by Regretti Spaghetti. I believe that's her Instagram name. This is an MPC deck, and I actually got it off of Mercari, but it is so cute. I love Hilda as a character. My grandmother had a lot of this style art, and I actually think she had a couple of Hilda prints specifically. But I cannot wait to use this. It is so cute, so adorable. And using existing art and trying to fit it into RWS meanings is really difficult, I imagine, but it was done really, really well. So another Tarot Tube made me do it. And that's the only prompt I think I chose 2 for. The next one is My Heart Made Me Do It. This is the second prompt. And of course, Unbridled Spirit. I don't have my candle lit. I'm not redoing the first part, so. There we go. This one will just have bloopers. I've showed this deck quite a few times on my channel already, but I just don't think it got enough attention. A lot of people also don't like the cardstock. I don't mind it, actually. I think over time, if you riffle shuffle, it will wear out, but I try not to riffle shuffle my cards anyway. I'm more of a hand over hand person. So this is a really beautiful deck. And of course, I am a horse witch, so anything horse witch related was immediately getting purchased. So here we are. The art is gorgeous. It's so beautiful. And I really like that 5 of Cups is so heartbreaking. For me, this really kind of stuck by the RWS meanings and also kind of dove into horsemanship and varying things. But if you don't know about horses, I don't think it detracts from the deck. For me, it just adds another layer. That Death card is gorgeous. So this is My Heart Made Me Do It, and it's the Unbridled Spirit Tarot. Prompt number 3 is My Head Made Me Do It. And that is Witch's Wisdom. This is the deck that we are going through on Lisa Pepez's Supportive Unicorns channel, her membership. And I'm really struggling with this deck, but I think it's going to end up making me a better reader. So I'm sticking with it. It is beautiful. Look at those backs. I really enjoy the artwork in it, actually. And so this is one I purchased with the intention of studying it with Lisa's channel and hoping to learn more about tarot as I went through that. So this was a conscious purchase. This wasn't one on my to-do list or anything or to-do list. It's definitely on my to-do list. It wasn't on my wish list. But I actually like it quite a bit as I go through it. So that is Witch's Wisdom. And prompt number 4 is The Title Made Me Do It. If you are a millennial and were on Tumblr at any point of time, you know this show. The Supernatural Tarot. I mean, the Buffy Giant Tarot is on my wish list, but this is from my good friend Tracy, who's also part of the Supportive Unicorn fam. But how could I not have the Supernatural Tarot? I mean, you just had to. You just had to. And I have nothing else to say. I haven't used it yet. This is more of like Am I going to use it? Yeah, absolutely. I think I should be able to use all of my decks. But, and I like how they used death as death. So on the nose. And the devil as the devil. I mean, some of this is just so on point. I have nothing to say about this. It's just hilarious. The minors are a little pippy, but that's okay. They're not all pippy. Again, I think this is an inside game. What is it? Insight editions. And I know with their pop culture decks, that was a complaint that their minors could get pippy. So I actually think this isn't bad. Some of them are a little pippy, some of them are not. Anyway, this was The Title Made Me Do It. And thank you, Tracy, for sending me your pre-loved decks. This was a used deck. And if you watch my channel, you know I love used decks. I don't know why. I just do. I don't even clear them when I get them. I love having the energy of the previous owner. So I just like it. Supernatural. It's so kitsch. I love it. Okay. The artwork made me do it. So I've shown artwork before. And I've used Elizabeth Alba. I used the Everyday Witch Tarot. But this is an oracle. I actually got this oracle before I got the Everyday Witch Tarot, and the idea was to pair them together. Have I done that yet? No. But I love the artwork. It is so pretty. I love Elizabeth Alba's art. I find it so colorful and so engaging. I understand if her art isn't for you, but that just means there's more for me. And I hope one day she doesn't stumble across my channel and know that I'm a weird fangirl. I do follow her on Instagram. I don't think Lisa follows me, but I'm also a weird fangirl of Lisa, which we'll get into that later. I did have that one video where I was just, it was like the Lisa Pepez commercial. This is like the Elizabeth Alba commercial. I mean, just look how cute. I can't even, y'all. It's adorable. So, art. The art made me do it. Okay. Prompt 6. The hype made me do it. So I joined Lisa's channel in like December, November, and as soon as I joined, I had found her channel, but I was watching a lot of her older stuff. I didn't realize that she and Peggy had done their own decks. So once I joined her channel and I became a member of the Facebook groups, everyone started getting their UJT and Sassy Dragons in, and I had the biggest FOMO. Just FOMO so hard. And so as soon as Sassy Dragons became available in the store, I purchased Sassy Dragons and a pocket of the Unicorn's Journey. And I have definitely thought about getting a big Unicorn's Journey, but I really don't need two. And I feel like I wouldn't use the big one. It would just sit on my shelf. We'll see. I know the Unicorn Journeys Oracle is coming out, and that might be an add-on. We'll see if I can restrain myself. I don't know. I'll show these decks a little bit. So they're just so cute. This tiny UJT is perfect for my little hobbit hands. I just can't. If you don't own these decks, I don't know why. You're weird. If you can resist the FOMO, you're weird. I feel like a lot of people can't resist the FOMO, and that's why we have Tarot Tube. Let's be real. She also has these bonus cards in here, which I didn't even know until I drew one for a reading that I was doing for someone. And I was like, it totally threw me off. And then where is my favorite card? I didn't know that Sassy Dragons had an extra card until I pulled it. And it stays in the deck because it's too hilarious. It's going to be the last card I look at. I guarantee it. Why does it always work out that way? Where are you? There it is. So I didn't even know this was in this deck until I told my friend, who just does not believe in tarot or anything tarot related. I was like, you have to look at this deck. It's really cute. She doesn't believe in tarot, but she likes cute things. And so I did this and I was like, I'm going to pull a card for you. And she was like, whatever. Okay. And I pulled this card. And this is her personality in a nutshell. And I think I made a believer out of her that day. But yes, this lives in the deck and I read it. Fabulous. Okay. So these two were prompt number 6. The hype made me do it, and the hype definitely made me do it because I have FOMO. Where did my little certificate go? There it is. Okay. I'm struggling. I haven't been doing bloopers lately, but I might need to do bloopers for this episode. Or I'll just leave it in here and you guys can all just be like, oh man, this woman's weird. Okay. That one's that one. This one's that one. So anyway, yeah, I'm not even counting my decks right now. I had a goal of not surpassing 25 decks in 2025. And I made that goal when I was naive and newer and like a month ago. And then immediately realized that that was stupid. The world is terrible. And I like getting happy mail. The world is on fire. So why not treat yourself? So I just went full deck goblin, and my justification for that is it's not crack, it's not heroin, it's not meth. I buy a lot of secondhand decks and indie decks, and yes, mass market decks too, but I really do try and buy them used. So it's like thrifting, really, is what I tell myself. So, I mean, there are worse things. There are worse things. All right. Number 7, my dark side made me do it. I don't really have any dark decks. The darkest deck I have is probably the Bonefire Tarot, which I also bought from Tracy. I was looking for mass market bundles because I know mass market decks are hard to resell and they don't really keep their value. So I was kind of looking for mass market bundles, and Tracy had a bunch of these, and she replied to a post in one of the groups. It was like, hey, I have these decks. I was like, sold. I think I bought 3 from her. And she says she has a lot more. I was like, unsolicited deck pics in my PMs, please. She hasn't, by the way. And they're not unsolicited if you ask for them. So anyway, hashtag unsolicited deck pics. This is kind of, this art style, I haven't worked with this yet because honestly, I'm just getting decks at a rate where I can't work with them as fast as I'm getting them, which is fine. I'll get there eventually. One day I will just stop buying decks and then I'll have time to work with them. One day my hyperfixation will run out. But this art style is kind of dark. It's still colorful, but it's dark-ish art. How did these get all cattywampus? I don't know. Anyway, so this is the Bonefire Tarot. I believe this is the original mass market version. I know there's a second one with the red edging that's more matte and less glossy. I wasn't really complaining about, ooh, interesting. Okay. So it looks like something was written on this one at some point. Weird. Okay. Things I'm learning going through these decks. So that is my dark side made me do it. And I can tell you my least favorite kind of box is this like side-by-side kind of box. It's dumb and I don't like it. Anna K. Tarot does this with the mass market version too. Not a fan. And also they like don't fit in there, and then oh, there's writing on here. Interesting. Okay. Used decks make me happy. The prompt number 8 is nostalgia or inner child made me do it. And I can't say I really have one of those. This is the closest thing, but I bought this deck before I saw this card. I bought this deck because I wanted to pair it with the Wild Goddesses deck. And I originally backed Quiet Rebel Tarot to kind of fill that gap, but this I thought would be okay in the meantime, and it is. And I really like the art style, and I really like this deck. But I was actually on Blue Sky, and someone posted their daily card pull, and it was this card. And if I hadn't already bought the deck, I would have immediately run out. It was this one. Immediately run out and bought it. So my first horse when I was a kid was an Appaloosa, and she was a varnish roan with a blanket just like this one. And her name was Candy. And she had an interesting story with her name. So she was originally bred to be a pack horse. She was like some kind of Percheron Appaloosa cross, like maybe Stonewall Sport Horse. We're unclear. The guy originally named her Fancy. She was not fancy. She was actually not a beautiful horse. So the woman we bought her from had ridden her dressage and called her Dancy. And my dad was hard of hearing, and somehow Dancy turned into Candy. Not even the same, Dad. And I rode and showed her under the name Candy Dances, which as an adult, I realized sounds like a stripper. That's a realization I just made. So I don't know how anybody took me seriously as a child riding my stripper horse. I have to sit with that now. Impulse made me do it. This was on sale on Amazon, and I was already making an Amazon order. The art in this reminds me a lot of Lightseer's. It's the same, it's similar but different. Like if Chris Ann and Elizabeth Alba had an art child, it would be this deck. So I love that Hierophant. I really do. I haven't used this yet, obviously, but this was an impulse add to my cart purchase on Amazon. The Death card. See, it's the wildlife and the horses with me, and this Devil card. The tower is actually a treehouse, but for a hot second it looked like a water tower, and I was like, that's cool, but it's not what I thought it was. And I love the golden retriever with the moon. Anyway, this is a mass market deck, but I don't really see a whole bunch of people talk about this deck either. But yeah, that was my total impulse purchase. It was like $17 on sale on Amazon. And another reason made me do it. Okay, I am just going to use this as an excuse to talk about my friend Tamara's deck, which you've seen multiple times. I have a full walkthrough on my channel, but I don't care. My friend Tamara made a deck and it is gorgeous. I believe she is working on getting this on Amazon. I'm not sure if it's just going to be Amazon Australia or if it's going to be Amazon all over the world. This deck is a little pricey because she printed it herself, but it is stunning. And I'm just going to shuffle it because I've shown a lot of these cards already. Okay. It's beautiful. My friend made this. So this is Wild Goddesses of the Screen and Beyond. So you have a lot of old classic Hollywood and a lot of influences from practices all over the world. So like here we have Marie Laveau, Jane Russell, Old Hollywood, Anna May Wong, Jean Harlow, Medusa. Medusa is one of my favorite goddesses. Josephine Baker, Gloria Swanson, the Calic, Lana Turner, Freya, Meryl Oberon, Clara Bow, Greta Garbo, Catherine Howard, Bastet, Ava Gardner, who is the cover, Yuki Onna, Snow Woman, Morgana Le Fay, Betty Davis, Betty Page. So, I mean, it's just a really cool concept for a deck, and somehow, like, the goddesses from all different what's the word I'm looking for? Different practices in the world. I just really love it, and it's very cohesive for me. So yeah, that is another reason made me do it. And that reason was Tamara made a deck and I was going to buy it. And then she sent it to me as a gift. And I am under no obligation to keep talking about it, but I'm very proud of my friend. And finally, this is not a part of the prompt, but I've mentioned this in 3 videos now, and I'm going to mention it again. And that is Oracle of the Sacred Horse, because y'all are sleeping on this deck. I don't know how else to say it. So until people start buying this deck and using it and realizing how wonderful it is, I am going to keep talking about it. Look at the art. It's so beautiful. And the guidebook, I mean, each one of these cards has like a page, page and a half, if not longer, description and meaning behind it. But it also has titles and keywords and key phrases. So there's no reason for people to be sleeping on this deck. It is so gorgeous. It's a Blue Angel deck, so you know it's dreamy cardstock and dreamy finish. The art is beautiful. It pairs beautifully with the Unbridled Spirit Tarot, which I did do in my Unbridled Spirit walkthrough. I ended up pairing these decks and playing with them at the end of that video. So for all of you with the Unbridled Spirit Tarot and you want an oracle to go with it, hint, hint, it's this one. I don't know how preachy I can get about this. Anyway, that is that. So that is the hashtag what made me do it. And I think I need to do like a mid-year tag. I did the mid-year tarot tag by Chanel Days, but I think I need to do a mid-year. These are all the decks I've gotten in my collection. I think that's a great idea, actually. And Shanna D just did something like that. She went shelf by shelf. My tarot decks are kind of all over the place right now. I don't have cohesive shelving for them yet, but I think that's a great idea. I think I'm going to film that this week. That means I have to count how many decks I actually have, though, and I'm in denial about that. We'll see. I think it could be fun. I think it could be fun because I think I'm developing my taste, and I think, things that make me go, All right. Anyway, thank you for joining me on this little ramble. Please like and subscribe. And I am recording this. If I hadn't recorded this, I would have cried just now. So please like and subscribe. We'll see if I leave all the bloopers in here. If I do, that's going to be a treat for you because I'm a hot mess express. So Dragonfly Dilly, thank you so much for this tag. It was super fun. I really enjoyed doing it, even though I'm late to the party. But I have FOMO, and so I was going to do it eventually. I still want to do the show me your decks hashtag by feeding my soul 1212. Again, unsolicited deck pics always welcome in my inbox. So I should make that a hashtag, unsolicited deck pics. All right. Thank you so much. I love y'all. And please like and subscribe and watch the rest of my channel. All right. Bye, everybody.